And for now, Aphumele Mdlalane is in fact in the Free State in Qwa Qwa to bring us the latest. Aphumele, good evening rather, time bound there. Perhaps on your end, we've seen some of the issues coming to the fore with relation to electricity, people are having to use their cell phones, candles, etc. I mean, talk to us about the issue, how it's been mitigated against, but also the impact that it's had on voting at this during this day.
Well, just a few moments ago, before the closing of the voting stations, we went to this other section here in Qwa Qwa, where there's been reports and also complaints by some residents complaining about the issue that they are unable to cast their vote because some IEC officials had to use cell phones to make sure that there is light. We understand that it's been more than 2 hours that part of Qwa Qwa has been experiencing, of course, the issue of power cut. I cannot really confirm that it was load shedding, and we have managed to talk to the residents who were supposed to cast their vote, where they were sharing their frustrations, saying that they opted to come in the evening because they had other commitments that they had to, of course, to take charge for, and saying that they know the importance of voting, hence they wanted to come before the 9 o'clock closure, but they were saying now that it's going to be unfair for them to be called inside where there is no even torch lights. That I was there, I saw also the frustration from the residents, of course, saying that they've been waiting for this day to come and also exercise their right. However, they had to be returned, or rather they chose to go home because they were saying they won't take those ballot papers and wouldn't put their cross where, of course, they can't really see what is happening. But I must indicate it's not the whole of Qwa Qwa or the Eastern Free State that was experiencing the issue of load shedding. In some parts of areas, we understand that it was about 10 minutes, 20 minutes the power cuts, but we also had some party agents like EFF on the ground. They were complaining about this issue, saying that this is somehow a political, or rather a sabotage to the residents that are still wanting to come to cast their vote, and we're questioning the issue as to why when it's almost a closing time for the voting stations. But I must also indicate that some of parts of the Eastern Free State have not experienced any of these kind of glitches. Like earlier on, we went to Bethlehem, where we saw residents and could get the sense and also the mood where they were saying that they couldn't wait for this day, and they want to bring about the change in parts of the Eastern Free State, where they were mentioning the issue of job opportunities, the issue of service delivery. Some were old. That's what we really saw, that there's been elderly people who were going to the voting stations. I went to Harrismith, where I was talking to the youth there, and we could get the sense that they are not really interested in casting their vote, saying that there's not been change. Some of them saying that they are graduates, some have finished matric, but there hasn't been any job opportunities. Also complaining about the issue of skills, saying that there's not been any of that kind of assistance to upskill them. This is the area that also have an SEZ that remains an elephant during the tenure of the then President Jacob Zuma. It was, of course, officialized as an SEZ, small economic zone, and they were saying now, the Harrismith residents, that they are also connecting to the N3, the N5 as a result. That means now Harrismith is one of the economic hubs of the Free State. Hence now they were saying that since 30 30 years into democracy, they have not seen the change that they would want to see, and saying their vote would not be important or would not bring any change, would not have any impact. But I must also indicate that here in Qwa Qwa, people were very happy, saying that they want to go cast their vote and bring the change that they want to see happening. I must also indicate that there were some of those areas where we saw long snaking queues, like the Qwa Qwa U-Office campus, where it was dominated by youth, or rather say the students, being hopeful they casting their vote, saying that it's been a smooth process. And when we were talking to the IEC in terms of the progress or the glitches in the Eastern Free State, they have indicated so far that there hasn't been any glitches. And with my colleagues, as we were crisscrossing, there hasn't been any complaints whatsoever. It's only this now of this power cut that left others unhappy and dissatisfied, as they were indicating to us that the whole day they had to make sure that they do their commitments before they can cast this vote. But now we're saying that they are not happy with the situation that is currently taking place.
All right, Aphumele, thank you very much for that update. We'll continue to monitor developments from here and too. We'll leave that conversation there for now. We're crisscrossing the country from Qwa Qwa in the Free State.